Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 622. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Hello.
and Tony Corkin.
It's Dragonzord time. Yeah.
There
Had
it is.
to shut it out, right? I mean, that's what we're starting off with, I imagine, right?
Yeah. Welcome, listeners and viewers. 622.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Unfortunate. Another somber podcast to start with us.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah. Once again, we are live streaming on Twitch Tuesday night starting at 8. Please join us live. If not, YouTube the following day. But the news we want to lead off with is Jason David Frank. Unfortunate, untimely passing. This was, 2 days ago now? 2 days ago already?
Something like that. Over the weekend.
It was over the weekend. Yeah. Yeah.
The Green Power Ranger.
The Green Ranger. The Green Ranger.
The most infamous role. He had other ones, but that was his...
He embraced that role. So I mean, he was going to cons still like crazy.
Oh, no, I'm just saying most famous for the Green Ranger. I mean, he had other Ranger roles, but that was his most prominent one.
Sure.
Green, then white right after.
He was the White Ranger.
That's what I remember most, really. Green then white, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he was the Red Ranger at some point too.
Well, he kept coming back to later seasons that he wasn't necessarily in, but he did guest appearances. Over the years, so he was, I think, the most consistent returning guy of anyone.
Tommy, right?
So he was way into it.
Power Rangers?
Tommy from Power Rangers.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
it's sad.
49 and apparent suicides, which is adds another layer to it of it just being tragic.
Yeah. I mean, it's really sad. So
he had a rough couple of years apparently, and nobody really knew that he was in a dark place.
Wow.
It's even more, I guess, shocking and alarming. I think we say this whenever the rare times that we do talk about this, but you never know how somebody's really doing until a lot of times it's too late, especially when it's like close friends and family and stuff like that. And over the years, because we've gone to all these conventions, and he's been in a lot of them and stuff like that. He always seemed really happy and cheerful, and really into like the fan community and everything like that. And I haven't heard anything bad about him in terms of being a skeevy celebrity like some other people that aren't going to be named right now and stuff like that. So it was really rare to see him really embrace that, because people come and people go from these these types of things. But I would like to think that the Power Ranger franchise really got to where it is today just because a large part of him being an ambassador for it, even if he wasn't on the show at the time as a cast member.
No, I think his follow through is what you're. I mean, the follow through for the role for that show for him was awesome. Like the marketing that he did. I mean, the promotions that he did for that show. Like you said, after his time on it, still. I mean, he was, like I said, going to cons constantly. And I want to say he dressed up at one of them as the Ranger as well, as a Green Ranger.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah, but
definitely tracks.
Yeah. So I mean, he was doing martial arts demonstrations, I think, on occasions too.
Yeah.
So it's just like
he actually competed in some MMA matches as well for a little bit.
I think that was his promo for a bit. Yeah, he was trying to do some MMA stuff, but it's really sad. Like I said, it's very hard to know when somebody's feeling that way, and if there's the helplines that are available, so just be aware. And it's sad. It really is sad. And I know Mike, you posted it was Amy Jo Johnson.
I found it interesting because you would think this is like someone. It's not just like someone you hear about who you went to high school with 25 years ago. She seemed to have a little more of a ongoing connection with him, and she was real torn up, and it was interesting to see. It's very, very fresh for her, and
a lot of the
and they're linked forever in a lot of people's minds because obviously they were the only real dating characters in that kids show back then. Those two.
Yeah,
so
original
it's interesting to
Rangers
see.
came out. I know what's his name, Austin Singh, the Red Ranger, whatever his name, the original.
St. John, I think.
St. John, something like that.
Yeah.
Something. Even posted a video and stuff like that, and he was even saying like him and I weren't like drinking buddies in any terms, but like still had that working friendship and relationship and respect for each other and stuff like that. And Johnny Young Bosch, who's the second Black Ranger, and then he went on to do a lot of voice roles in anime. He posted something on Twitter and stuff like that. So, and Billy, the actor, I forget his name off the top of my head. David, I think his name.
Yost.
Yeah.
Yost, yeah.
It's
amazing how these names stick with us. It's crazy how I can.
They show up at the end of each episode.
Yeah,
the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning. Yeah. It's just crazy.
But I mean, I saw the Red Ranger guy, Austin St. John one as well. And it's just a little bit of a contrast with Amy Jo Johnson. It was definitely more personal for her, which was interesting to see.
You got a range of responses.
Everybody processes it differently.
I know. I just think that I don't know. Maybe they were closer than we thought. I don't know.
Could be. I mean, it's not unheard of for actors that get paired together, have off-screen romances and stuff like that. But who knows? The way it's a loss for the community and obviously his family and friends and just coming off the heels of
he had a lot of fans out there. So
he definitely did, and
he was sort of carrying the torch for us.
I mean,
Power Rangers Gen 1 people a little bit.
Just the con geek worlds the last 2 weeks for us. Obviously families are more affected than we are, but I'm just saying that it's been a crazy 2 weeks with
it's rough for 90s kids for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a better way to put it. 90s stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'm an 80s kid, but I 10 years older than the 90s. Yeah, I mean, that was my prime time. I call it. My prime time was the 90s. So,
yeah, and just even as a kid, I remember, whatever. I guess older kid, still a kid in my mind, but just when his character showed up in that show, I thought it was like a cool plot line. For a kid's show, it's like, there's a ranger, but he's evil, and it's like, oh shit, and then his outfit was just so cool, and even more of this, it's a Zelda jacket, it's green and gold, homage to his original outfit, because that shield thing he had, I don't know what it really realistically did, but it looked cool, and obviously the dragon dagger. And his Dragon Zord was just basically Mechagodzilla. It was so badass.
I was gonna say he was a badass. He was the badass ranger.
And I still remember this day that one of the first times he fought the OG crew, they formed Megazord, and he's like, "Fuck that!" And he gets into the cockpit and then throws them all out, and you're just like, "What? Right. You could do that?" It's like, oh my god, and stuff like that. And it was really cool. I know, obviously, the plot line, made him a good guy then afterwards, and that's why I was like, I don't know. Now he's the leader and stuff like that. That's a little weird and whatnot. But he stayed and became the White Ranger after losing his Green Ranger powers, and then I think he was the leader for the Lost in Space ones. I don't know. Timeline for me gets weird because I bounced after the OG crew.
The original part. Yeah. Same here.
Once the movie happened,
shortly after the movie was the movie was getting
but he really did embrace it, and I'm pretty sure even he reprised the role for the Battle for the Grid fighting game that Mike and I played a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, his voice is featured in there pretty prominently because he's plays both himself and the spoiler alert, the antagonist as well, who is obviously an evil white Green Ranger hybrid.
And it was really cool. So I mean, just good times, and it does suck. It's the 1-2 punch of Kevin Conroy now, him. So respect and rest in peace.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into 622, folks. We're gonna kick this off now with what we've been up to. It's hard to follow that, but I'm gonna I'll kick it off with myself. I've been watching. I watched Andor. There's 12 episodes. It looks like.
Tomorrow apparently, or Wednesday is the last one.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
Are these half-hour episodes or hour episodes?
Well, this one's gonna be an hour.
Yeah, they're 36 to 40 minutes.
Oh shit! Okay.
They start off at 27, 32, and then they get longer as the show goes.
Ooh, okay.
because it gets there's a lot more. It's like you don't
I'm
really
wait
know
for
where
this
they're
finale.
going.
I'm waiting for this finale. If you tell me, okay,
Yeah, I thought
after the finale, it's worth
I
watching.
thought episode 10 I thought stuck the landing, and I'm like, wait, that's not the finale. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So this episode was interesting, but it's such a like weird follow-up to 10 because of the craziness of 10 for me. Still good. I'm interested to see where they go in this finale here to see
Yeah, everything
it's
I'm
very
hearing about is just like so hyped right now. People
Yeah.
and then like it's saying it's like twice as long. Well, twice as long as a normal
it's
double
episode.
feature.
it's just like
something,
I can't say enough how much it's nice to have and I love my classic Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but I do want I've said this many times. I want a new aspect, a new Star Wars, and it's amazing that we're going in the past in the stories to give us a new vision of what that would look like. I'm very impressed. I mean, it's just it's well done. So, but yeah, so that I mean, I think that's really of note about it for myself. I'm trying to think of anything else that I watched. It was Christmas stuff. You know, I started watching some Christmas movies. I'm getting in the mode here with my 10-year-old, and you know, it's been a crazy week too. There's been the flu going around, so it's been a not a lot of movie watching week here. So, taking care of sick people pretty much for me. But that's about it. So, Corey, what have you been watching?
I was been catching up on all these anime that I've been watching. So
Yeah,
Chainsaw
yeah.
Man, that farmer one where he's like super strong, and then Spy Cross Family, and what was the other one? I actually haven't watched the
Gundam?
most. Yeah, I haven't watched the most
I have to
recent
watch
Gundam
Gundam.
one.
I have to watch Gundam. What was the name of the series? This
The
new one?
Witch
Which from
Mercury.
Mercury?
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw it. So okay, that's what it is. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
And then yeah, I actually went and rewatched Cyberpunk as well with a friend.
Yeah,
That was
that's
pretty
good.
cool.
That's a good one.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's
But
amazing
yeah,
how good
other
that
than that,
came out.
oh, and they did watch Paws of Fury with my kids, and that
Nice.
movie is not nice.
No.
It is really bad.
Have you noticed how much of a ripoff it is of Blazing Saddles? Did you
Yeah,
notice that?
well, yes, but also
Like, I
like
was like, what?
I'm thinking like Kung Fu Panda. I was like hoping for a Kung Fu Panda type of movie. Kung Fu Panda is still like pretty decent, a
Yeah.
good movie. You know, got stuff for adults a little bit
Yeah.
there, got stuff for kids. This movie just horseshit. Like,
Yeah.
it was just terrible.
I wouldn't go horse shit, but I will say that
The
Just
performances are
regular
terrible.
just for just regular shit, because like just from my experience, I can usually gauge by how the kid enjoys it, you know. So it's like when she's like no interest in watching this follow-up wise, and I obviously don't, because there wasn't enough adult like mixed humor.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a big miss for me as far
Yeah.
as like trying to get the kid and the adult engaged. I
You
felt
need
like it did more of the kid side, which
I don't even know if it did. I mean, I don't know.
you know,
She Arya had
I don't know.
no
I just did not like. I didn't
need
like it
to
at all.
watch
I
that.
was like,
Sounds like we're spending more time talking about it than it's worth.
My fault.
yep.
So
So that was me.
yep. But Mel Brooks is in that. I give him credit. That's all.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks is getting old, so he's a great. That's why like they did a little parody of Blazing Saddles. But all right, Mike.
Nothing. I've been playing a game.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, just some more anime. I forget if I mentioned last week. I did start Chainsaw Man anime,
Yeah,
which
I
is
I gotta put that on my list. I'm gonna have to start. You guys are talking about it too much on here.
anime is good. It is gory, so would definitely not
Yeah.
recommend watching it in front of the kiddos or anything like that.
from like the boys gory or like
I mean,
where are we
the,
at here in core level?
the dude is a chainsaw.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just like
About what he does to his enemies.
He like dismembers enemies,
Yeah.
like limbs, blood, guts.
I
People
mean,
get
it's
eaten.
not realistic. As
It's not
Yeah,
realistic.
action.
It's cartoony. Like
Yeah, it's
if
cartoon.
you're
but
talking
it's
about
still
like
Invincible.
Invincible, yeah, that's
level?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the name.
Around that
I'm looking
level.
for. Okay. All right.
And it got to the point where like the anime episode I watched, I didn't watch today's or this week's rather. I was just like kind of frustrated. I was like, man, the pacing on anime is awful sometimes. We're just like,
can be. You know.
it's like, wow, this like covered one chapter maybe, and it's like 20 something minutes. So I read through the manga because it's only like 100 something chapters. Like it's relatively new. It's only like 2.5 years old or something like that. and the manga got ridiculous, and then it did something where I'm just like, why did you guys do this? And I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but I was just like, I don't know how I feel about the current direction and all, but that's a long time away from where the anime is now. But it's interesting and it's fun and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Catching up with Gundam and Spy X Family. So it's anime time. Yeah. If Andor sticks the landing, I will make the effort to watch it this before the newer shows of the year. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm starting to prep for that stuff. I'm like, again, I'm gonna just remind everybody on here, viewers, listeners, guys, our of the years are in January for last year, so we do give ourselves a little more time to watch some stuff, like finish out the year. You know, I don't like to do it. We don't like to do it. I'm sorry, before the end of the year because stuff could come out very late, and you don't give it enough credit if you judge it in a day or two. So we will do our of the years in January. Usually not even the first week. It's usually like the second week we'll do it.
Yeah, second or third week, depends.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like I said, we want to give it as much contemplation and time as possible. And it's not even like... We also don't play as much.
We're not like a professional out. We play every game or anything like that.
Small tangent for everybody listening and viewing. Thank you, viewers. We are like I would compare us more for like a community kind of thing. Like, I was putting up news today on our Discord of like, just some sales. Like, we're not like cheap ass gamer. We're not like, we're not a major, we don't do this professionally as like, you know what I mean? Like, we love the podcast. It's something we've been doing for what, a decade, over a decade. But it's not like we make money on this. It's a community pull, and it's pool of stuff. And it's, we do that on our Discord. It's just like, it's compiled based on that. So it's like, we're all like fans of this. And that kind of goes with not only the Discord that I was thinking about today, but like of the year. So we don't play everything. We play what we want to play, and sometimes we'll check out stuff like maybe if it's really bad, we'll check it out, just because we'll have to play it. But that's about it. So our disappointments are disappointments, not worst. Okay, but all right. I know we have a lot of new listeners, so I just want to get that out of the way and say that. So I'll mention it again in the Gamecast as we get closer. But all right, let's go box office now, guys. Real quick. Black Panther, obviously, 66 million, 63.3% drop. So it's pretty high drop, which we expected. Total gross 287, which has outpaced already Black Adam. I think worldwide, right? That's worldwide.
Yeah, it's beat it worldwide already.
Yeah. Black Adam, by the way, is available on Amazon today. You can start watching it. So you want to buy it or you can rent it. Mike?
I'll wait till it's free for me.
All right.
I still, have max access, so I don't see why I would not wait.
Yeah, it'll be on there, about another month. The Menu is number 2, a big drop off, 9 million. The Chosen, Black Adam, and Ticket to Paradise. So that's your box office this week, guys. Let's move into some news. Like I said, we started off with that stuff, so let's move into. Okay, Marvel has found its new director for Blade. The director previously departed. We knew that we announced that. And actually, what's his name? Who's playing Blade again? It's
Marshall Ali.
Yeah,
Marshall. I don't know his name. How you say it?
Yeah, he was
something with M. Ali.
He was in the Netflix as the bad guy. I know that. So,
yes.
Yeah. So. Jan Demange has signed as director for Blade, which is set to star Mahershala Ali, as Blade. But let's see, directed thriller drama 71, and he's directed episodes of Lovecraft Country on HBO. So it looks like what they're doing here is trying to go a little darker.
Country has Jonathan Majors in it, which is the guy who plays Kang. So there might be a connection. Interesting.
They're trying to go a little grittier, darker with Blade now than they were originally planning. So I think this director, they decided, fits the where they're going with this with the character, which is good because there was obviously up in the air of what was happening with this show. So interesting. Let's see. I think we'll finish with Disney. Let's go to DC for now. Sorry, DC for now. I take a drink. I'm sorry. Let's go to DC for now, which has obviously had a turnover of people. James Gunn has taken over. I guess the CEO Zaslav was talking about the direction of the DC universe coming up, and off the cuff has said that they have more direction. They have ideas now where they want to go with the series, with the universe, but holding 4 Batman, which I think there's 3, is not going to be a thing for them. They're going to be narrowing that down. It kind of gets me a little concerned for my favorite right now, which is the Battinson. I really like that movie. Or do they just bring him in the fold? I don't know. It's not going to be Keaton. It's not going to be Affleck. Maybe it will be. I don't know.
I don't even know because what's his name?
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Thank you.
He said like
he's not proposing anything until 2 months. He's got 2 months to present something. So it's still in progress. So any interviews, I'm not even taking it at face value. Right?
Yeah,
this is the CEO of Warner Brothers, though. So I was
sure.
Like,
But who did he say? Did he mention him, James Gunn? It's like between him and him, like everything else is bullshit because we're talking about it now. Like so,
Don't say anything.
It's another reason to not pay attention to DC.
It's a hype piece. It's a hype piece, and I wonder though, like, how much of it is to try to appease the Snyder fans because they're always out there trying to
Snyder fans.
Clamor for him.
Don't appease them.
Get off that Snyder Reddit.
The thing is, I really hope that James Gunn just says like screw whatever like Snyder fans are out there. They don't matter. What matters is making a quality product for the fans of these characters.
Of what
That's what
say.
matters. Like sure. I don't like it shouldn't matter like the Snyderverse. We have to be careful about that. Like just make the thing that you want to make because it's going to be a good thing and not because you're trying to appease people.
Yeah, I mean, you're only
what they want. They're going to hate it. So
the problem is you're dealing with a universe that's kind of mixed together with.
Well, that's the thing, and that's why I don't take any of this to mean anything other than fucking words because
sure. And that's DC.
Because James Gunn is going to have to be like, okay, so I have to plan out, I assume, the next 10 years of DC movies, right? Because anything shorter than that, it just seems like
a waste.
You're just wasting your fucking time. Okay? So I got to imagine at some point, he's looking at this new like, fuck, where do I include a new Batman for the DCU, that's formerly the DCEU, be like, well, where the fuck does that go? Because if they're doing a sequel to the Batman, I mean, you got to space that out, right? You can't have 2 Batman movies in a year, can you? With they're a completely different actor.
Unless that's part of the plan.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing is like, I don't know. To me, I feel it would be so cheap and lazy if they're like, hey, this is actually in the DCU, guys. Like, Robert Pattinson's Batman, he's in the DCU. And it's just like...
I mean, that's the thing is, like, if you're going to keep all the same actors as before, like, I don't know. I don't think... that's why I hated bringing Cavill back. Because I think you needed a clean slate.
You do, yeah. You absolutely need a clean slate.
You needed to...
As much as I like Cavill, and I was very happy to have him return, I can't argue with you on this statement. Actually, I can't.
Yeah, because if you're going to bring in a guy to have his vision, then tie him down to actors that were previously playing these characters, it's going to make people automatically assume that they're the same characters, even if they want to do a different thing. So,
Mike, you disagreed?
Yeah, I mean, you just again, what I've been asking for the longest time, to just commit to something, and we know there's this new momentum for these original cast. People like seeing them; they want them back, and they get excited when they come back. So just build. Don't, because if you're gonna just replace people, you have to replace them all. That's the problem that we have right now. These half replacements in the middle of this. Just commit to something.
That's what I'm saying. You bring in a new guy, and then you throw everything else out. This new guy gets a chance to make the thing that he wants to make, and not have to be tied down and with the old stuff or.
But what's tied down? There's hardly anything.
You're saying it just now. You're talking about being committed to and going all in on this building thing that people are excited for, having these characters back.
We don't know the story.
Throw it out and start fresh with something that's new and different. Do the whole DC's done it before in the comics. New 52. You can do a whole new thing, new characters, new backstories, new actors.
And every time it happens, no one likes it at first, and also
it doesn't matter. But that's why you're bringing
You
this
can't
guy
do that in a live action
You can
movie.
do that. You can. Like this is the chance. This is your moment. You have to be able to.
You
You have to.
getting
if you're
Cavill
saying
back is
commit
the
to something.
first momentum they've had in the longest time. It's the first win they've had, really.
Well,
so
more of a win,
artificial.
Mike, would be more about announcing an actual Superman movie because they haven't announced shit yet.
It felt so like
yes, but
having him
still
show
gonna-
up like now. It just feels so like.
We're
it
bare
just
minimum
feels so
2
old.
years out for a fucking actual Superman movie.
It just.
Oh sure.
I don't like. I don't like
least.
this.
Probably
I don't like
3.
it.
So what are we
I
gonna
like
do?
Cavill. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I think he's a great Superman.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
it's time
yeah.
to
I
throw
don't-
everything else out and let's start over because you have a new visionary in place. Let him do his thing. Don't make him use the things that were already there. He
It's
doesn't
not
need
like
to.
what's there is so hard to write out of, though. You pretty much
I'm
can
just
do
saying,
whatever
if
you want with
you
them.
I'm just saying, throw everything else out, like actors, everything, and start over because why tie yourself to all that other stuff now?
It's poison. Everything is poison. Anything related to the DCU is poison right now.
That's the problem though, is there wasn't
so.
much of a plan previously, and now there seems to be.
No. There was, and then everyone decided it wasn't good
very
enough, and
frustrating.
they half pivoted.
I will say.
It's frustrating because you're getting now like we just talked like Tony just said like you're bringing Cavill back, but now there's not going to be a new Superman movie with Cavill in it for a couple of years at least, right?
They didn't have one in the works anyway with anyone else.
But
So
now he's just that much older, is what I'm saying. He's that much older now.
he's like 38, 39. You can have doesn't matter.
It does matter for actors.
No, fucking Robert Downey Jr. played Iron Man until he was like 54.
Yeah, most of that's in
Different
him in a
character.
CGI suit, dude.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just how I feel. I want if they're gonna bring in somebody new to start fresh, have a new vision, then let's do that. Let's not tie ourselves to what came before, and that includes actors. Like I think a lot of those actors I liked. You know me, I love Batfleck. Ben Affleck's my boy. I love him.
If Cavill goes, he's got to go.
Yeah, but I'm just saying everybody's got to go. Everyone needs to go.
Yeah, I mean Ezra made the choice for us.
I would even say like get like Rob. Oh my gosh, Margot Robbie. Even get rid of her. Everybody.
I don't like her. I don't like her
I don't think she's
version
even
of-
interested in
I don't
doing
like her
that shit
version
anymore. I thought she said in an interview she wasn't too
Yeah,
keen
I'm
on
just saying. I
continuing
know
with Harley forever.
she was in Suicide Squad, and like she's got the ties to James Gunn already. That's all. I was thinking that would be something to keep her around because of the Harley Quinn stuff. But no,
I'm ready
I
to
think you
move
just
on
need
from
to
that too.
everybody.
But I think with the Flash
New blood.
movie,
Let's get new blood.
You can get 52 style stuff from the Flash movie. We'll see.
That's how I feel.
They're doing
Can you
reshoots,
imagine if
so-
James Gunn is like, yeah, we're doing more reshoots for the Flash because
They
now
might.
he's in charge.
They might. I don't know.
I mean,
So-
who knows what does go? Like, I feel bad because Aquaman was $1 billion movie, and
That was the one success they had. The biggest success they had. They're just like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, Aquaman.
Yeah.
Bro. Fuck you.
I mean, listen. Sometimes to move forward, you have to
move
go
backwards. Yes.
And
Good
Disney,
segue.
yes, thank you. See where I'm going with this. And Disney has shown us this on Sunday, which was a weird day to announce this, but apparently, Disney announced Chapek, which is was the current CEO who took over for Bob. Is it Iger?
Yes.
Iger. I want to make sure I get his name, say his last name right. Iger's stepped down. If you remember, a couple months ago, was it half a year ago at this point? Maybe a year ago. Holy shit. He stepped down as CEO. He was in charge of Walt Disney Company.
I guess stepped down a couple years ago. I think it's been like 2 years.
Was it a couple already? Oh god, COVID just flies through, man.
Chapek is the one that was responsible for the whole Black Widow snafu.
Yeah.
And apparently now it's
was
coming out that Feige was so freaked out that like it was going to sour relationships and stuff like that because it's like, oh man, like because remember Scarlett Johansson wound up suing Disney because of the whole contract shit. So that was all on Chapek.
I mean, so yeah, he was not a very popular person in
Apparently everybody
in the
hated him.
office.
Like people in the parks hated him, the creatives hated him. Like there's nobody rooting for this dude at all. It was
so
like holy shit.
Iger stepped back in apparently on Sunday, and now is back to being the CEO of the company and
Temporarily.
I mean,
2 years.
temporarily.
2 years.
Yeah, I think it's to find a better CEO.
Oh, absolutely,
obviously.
100%.
And I think, and I saw this reported. I don't know if you guys saw this one. He sent an email out that day asking for scripts from people that are working there to send him scripts by the end of the week. On ideas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that was a major poo-pooed thing from Chapek, but Chapek. I don't know if Chapek.
Did we report it last week about the Disney layoffs coming up, or I forget?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, we mentioned.
We did.
So
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that was probably like the straw that broke the camel's back, because it's like, obviously everybody, like, there's a lot of companies, the entire market, you know, the country, the world is just
insane.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, if you're just like gutting all your creatives and stuff like that, and you know, that was what Iger was good at. He was a good businessman, but he trusted the creatives to create things that people wanted to see and pay money for and invest in.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you're like just killing all your creative studios and stuff like that, which is kind of akin to, you know, what Warner Brothers, HBO, Discovery, whatever, just did. It's like, oh, okay. Actually, one of the Fallout things is that Spider-Man cartoon, the high school one or whatever like that. Yeah. That's just gone now. It's just confirmed.
That's sad.
Freshman year or something like that.
Yeah, freshman year one or whatever it was. So it's like...
something to look forward to.
Yeah, so just... I don't know. Just... I thought he was a bad pick anyway and stuff like that. But I guess he was the most senior at the time, and you just got to promote whoever you have. I don't know. It was a bad pick, though.
I think if you have Feige that was clearly unhappy, if you could, I mean... if you're an investor, or if you're, you know what I mean, like if you're in charge of paying these people, and you know, like your number one guy that's making you the money right now is unhappy with who's running the company.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's exactly what happened. Feige almost walked because of, what's his fucking name? I always talk shit on him whenever I get a chance.
Perlmutter.
Yes.
Yep.
He was a piece of shit. Yeah. Perlmutter. He threatened to leave, and they're like, okay, you're not as valuable to the company as this guy is right now. Yeah. Doing $1 billion movies, you know, year in, year out and stuff like that. So, and it would be crazy. Like, I don't know if Feige would be interested in something like it, maybe become the CEO, but like, you gotta wonder, like...
I think he likes where he's at right now.
No, he loves being creative, but at the same time, like, man... Yeah.
He's basically the name on Marvel. It's like, if you change yourself to Disney, it's, I don't know. You're really actually going career chance there. You know what I mean? Like, because you're in charge of a lot more than just Marvel. I mean, Disney has so much, clearly.
Well, right, but I mean,
and by the way,
he could lend his thing to Star Wars, you know?
This is where I'm also concerned with, like, what they've done with Fox properties has just been nothing. You know what I mean? Like, get some stuff in the works here. There's so much stuff they bought, and they're not doing anything with it. Clearly there was stagnant growth.
Time.
It takes time. Like, all the Marvel movies, you know, those were in production at the time.
Sure.
We were just seeing that with, I mean, you know, Doctor Strange with Fantastic Four and stuff like that. And, you know, it's coming, you know, but...
I'm not talking just Marvel. I'm not saying just Marvel. I'm talking about, like, Fox's other properties, IPs they have that have not been touched. There's so much stuff out there, and that's also the problem. There's so much stuff.
I mean, there's so much stuff.
You're in charge of that.
You're getting an Avatar movie, Jim.
Yeah, Avatar's coming out next month,
bro. Did you see that report from James Cameron? How much that has to make?
That's insane.
$2 billion.
That's insane.
If we want to be profitable, $2 billion.
$2 billion to be profitable? Oh my!
I don't think that's happening, man. I do not think that's happening.
If you're Disney, or what are you doing here? They're just like write off? Is that what this is?
Yep.
I think they were contractually obligated to release those films.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but like, I could see them being like, "Hey, we gave you your 3 movies. That's it." Like, and just
he signed 5. He's got a deal for 5.
He has a deal, but he even said in the interview, if the second and or third one bomb, like, it's just going to end the trilogy.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, he wrote it out to be like 5 films, but whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't see how that. I really do not see how that movie replicates any success on that level. Yeah, and like, I'm just arguing with people online about it. I don't know why, but I'm just like, the movie market has changed so drastically since the time that Avatar was out. Like, it's just a completely different landscape. Like, first of all, you don't have the 3D, you know, razzle dazzle, the resurgence that we had with that movie, and continued for fucking years. Guys, do you remember fucking all the TVs that came out that supported 3D TV for years.
yeah.
For years, I had to
have
like
one.
specifically
I still
look
have
for a
it.
TV that was not 3D because I didn't want to pay for that shit.
No, I didn't. The only reason why I got it because it was the same price as the regular. That's why I got it. My
Yeah.
first OLED was a 3D TV,
Yeah.
and literally the only reason why I got it was the same price. I'm like, well, I might as well get 3D if it's the same price. And that's why I have a 3D TV still. It's got burning like crazy, so I'm barely using it. But so yeah. But I don't know. We'll see what this does in the theaters. We'll see. But I think that's it on the news. Yeah, that's it. So we'll see what happens with Disney here. Like I said, 2 years taking over here. 2-year window here to find another CEO. There's plenty of talent out there for somebody that wants to take over. So if it's Feige, I don't think it's going to be because I think he's good with his Marvel section. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, I don't think it will.
It's a lot more.
I was entertaining the idea. I don't think he wants it. That's completely different business. That's more business oriented than
It's so
creative.
much. Yeah. So all right. That's going to wrap up 622 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once again, we're live streaming on Twitch starting on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Please join us. We do Moviecast, we do the Gamecast, we do some bonus rounds, which we just had last week. Check out the Black Panther Wakanda Forever bonus round we had with Corey, Tony, and myself chatting about the spoilers of that movie. Great episode. We got Gamecast coming up, so please stay tuned. And that's going to do it. We'll see you guys.